This is a review of the M1 MacBook Air 256GB 2020 edition. I've been using it for a little bit more than a year now and wanted to share my overall experience with it. How does it perform and would I recommend buying an M1 MacBook Air to others? Let's go find out. Okay, when it comes to the looks of this computer, I'm a huge fan. I think it looked very cool when I first got it, and here 1 year later I still think it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's just so thin and clean, I love it. And especially in the space gray color, it looks great in my opinion. Compared to the MacBook Pro, you don't get the touch bar on the Air edition. Some people would probably consider that as a downside for the MacBook Air, but in my opinion the touch bar is more or less useless anyways, so I don't miss it at all really. When it comes to the ports, the MacBook Air only comes with 2 USB-C ports and 1 for AUX. I know that more and more companies are trying to phase out the USB port, but I still think it is quite annoying that this computer doesn't have one single USB port, which means I have to use an adapter every time I want to plug any external devices to the computer. I find that quite annoying actually. But if we're only talking about the looks, this M1 MacBook Air looks amazing for sure. Back when the M1 chip was launched, there was a lot of talk about how it would absolutely smash the Intel chips in performance. I am no tech genius at all, so I won't go into the technical differences between the two. Before I got the M1 Mac, I had a MacBook Air from 2016 with the Intel chip, and the old one was really good, it really was, but to be completely honest, it can't even be compared against the new one. The new M1 Mac is so fast, it's really impressive. It does almost everything without complaining. I'm using it to edit videos in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I have used it for After Effects as well. And where the old Mac almost couldn't start those kind of programs, the new one managed it without any problems. The only thing I have noticed is that if I keep editing for several hours at a time, Premiere Pro tends to crash and I need to restart it. But I have read somewhere that it happens to almost every computer, but I'm not sure at all. Let me know down in the comments if you have experienced it too. I was a little bit nervous about the performance at first because of all of the programs that don't support the M1 chip. If you don't know, Apple have created this software called Rosetta to counter that problem, and it have worked very well. As far as I recall, I haven't tried one single time that I couldn't open a program due to the lack of integration with the M1 chip. Another thing worth mentioning is that the M1 MacBook Air doesn't have a fan anymore. And wow, that is great. It means that no matter what you're doing on your computer, it is completely silent due to the lack of a fan. When I first heard about it, I thought to myself that it wasn't a big deal at all, but it totally is. It is so nice to work with a complete silent computer. This computer has a 13.3-inch Retina screen. I won't make this session very long, I just want to say that it does everything you want a screen to do. It got nice bright colors and comes with so many levels of brightness so you can fit it to almost every situation. Apple claims that the screen should give you lifelike colors, and I will not say whether that is true or not. I just want to say that the screen is really good and definitely an upgrade from my last computer. I have no negative things to say about the screen, so let's move on. As you probably already know if you have ever typed on a MacBook before, the keyboard is really nice. There are a couple of things I think is very nice that makes work a little bit faster, and that is some new shortcut keys. For example, you have a key for bringing up Spotlight, a key for putting Don't Disturb on, and of course you got the touch key to unlock your computer. The only downside is that you no longer can control the keyboard lighting directly from the keyboard. You now have to go to the top of your screen to change it. Personally, I would have preferred to keep it on the keyboard. As you probably already have guessed, I'm a huge fan of this computer. It is without any doubt the best computer I have ever owned. And if you're in the market for a new computer, I will 100% recommend that you go buy one of these. You won't regret it. It's been such a pleasure using it, and if you're into Apple's products already, you're going to love it too. That is all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time.